Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So today's sermon. So there's this ongoing theme that I have in mind for this year, and it's about ayo kakeo, mutual interdependence, working together, and that we don't live in a vacuum, and that we need each other to survive and exist and keep thriving. And how do we get there? Like, what is some action? Ayokakeo in action. And one of that is Goyo. I might have gave a sermon a couple of years ago about Goyo. And so what is Goyo? Right? Goyo is sacred work, sacred volunteering. It's a mindset of how we do our work in anything we do. It could be our personal work, it could be our relationships, it could be even washing dishes. It could be doing church Goyo, like vacuuming or setting up for volunteering, setting up for all kinds of events. But Goyo is work with a mindset of appreciation towards coming. It has that foundation in it. And one of the most important parts of this Goyo is that you want to do this Goyo. And so I remember in Amagi Church and even at home, my parents would say, "Yeah, if your heart's not in it, don't do it. Don't do it." And so there was this interesting video that, Joe Coy, the comedian Joe Coy, he had a short video on one day. He went to a cafe. He gets coffee every morning. And so he went to this cafe. He saw the barista just like, oh, I don't want to make that. Here's your coffee. And so he saw that. He saw that. And that person's heart is in the coffee. And so I said, take it back. I don't want that coffee. Your energy's in that coffee. Make it again. And so another person, so somebody else made it. And so it's that heart that's in it in what we do and how we treat work, how we treat volunteer things, how we treat each other, our kids, our grandparents, our parents, everything, even inanimate objects. How do we treat them? And it's all about that heart. Of course, it's easier said than done. And do as I say, but not as I do. But it's about trying, though. It's about trying, and we'll get it right 80% of the time, maybe. Maybe we'll get it right 20% of the time. It's an interesting principle, right? The 80-20 rule. And so it's about at least trying. And oftentimes we will forget. It's like, oh, yeah, I should be doing it with a different mindset. I shouldn't be just like, oh, I got to cook today. Oh, I got to do all the dishes. Oh, I got to go work. Oh, I got to do all these things. And of course, that that vibration, that energy is going to go in it, just like Joe Coy's coffee. It's going to taste bitter, right? It's not going to be smooth and good. And so the same goes with everything. And so this whole year, there's going to be a lot of events coming up. A lot of events. Cherry Blossom is going to be right around the corner. And so that's a big event that we have going on here. And then after that is Bazaar. And we also have a lot of church activities, like even the monthly service and the luncheon downstairs. All these little things every day or every Sunday, there's something to do. Something to do. Even at home, there's things we got to do. And so it's about having this mindset of I'm allowed to do what I'm doing. So Kawasis has been reiterating this, and I want to reiterate it too, is that we don't have to do something. We don't have to do anything, but we're allowed to do it because we have the arms and legs, the energy, our health to do it, whatever we're doing. And it's about going back to that mentality, to reframe things in a heart of gratitude, whatever we're doing. And of course, it's not all the time, but it's about trying to get it more than what we normally do. And that's the kind of goal for the beginning of the year. This is the first monthly service to think about this for the rest of the year and for generations actually, because it's a mindset that's really important. All the ministers have it, all the minister members, a lot of people who really inspire me have this attitude of like it's a pleasure to do whatever they're doing. And so I remember talking to Alan Sensei about like, when people you do something for someone and people say you're welcome or oh it's no problem. He says it's my pleasure. My pleasure to do this, my pleasure to do that. So it's my pleasure to do dishes. It's my pleasure to drive in traffic because I have a job or a purpose or something. But it's about thinking about how do we do it with a heart that we enjoy it with. But that takes practice. That takes a lot of practice because sometimes it's just hard. Like if you're driving LA traffic, it's not fun. But thankful the air conditioning works. Thankful I didn't get hit. Thankful the crazy drivers are kind of away from me. But there's all kinds of things that we can take the time to reflect on. And so I hope everyone here can think about that. Think about how we live our lives with this appreciation for what we receive every day. With this Goyo mentality. So all the church events coming up in the future, I want everyone to have this Goyo mentality whenever we do any work. It's not have to. And if it starts becoming have to, step away, step away. It'll be like that coffee. Just think about that coffee. And so Kami-sama wouldn't be happy if we're obligating ourselves, beating up ourselves over doing something we don't want to do. So it's better to just step away and have somebody else do it, who will do it with pleasure too. And so I hope everyone can think about that for this year. Thank you so much.